Hey guys, this is the Fat Panda. This is a video gym challenge, but it's actually not of my gym. This is a battle video from when the challenger Dragonclaw actually challenges Pogpod's gym. Pogpod is the, what is he? He's the ghost and fighting gym leader. Looking at his team, I had a minor blank there, but looking at his team, he is the ghost and fighting gym leader. Pogpod had me comment on this video. I was kind of, I kind of asked him if he wanted me to, and he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So, I'm actually going to be doing this one. I have a bit of experience with Dragonclaw's team. He's challenged me a few times. Looking at it, I know pretty much everything there but the Starmie, which I've never seen before. So, I'll be able to, tell you what's going on with that one, because I've actually never seen this video before. But looking at Pogpod's team, I notice he actually doesn't use a wild card, which he would be allowed to use, because since there is no ghost fighting type to my recollection, he could actually do something like 3 ghosts, 2 fighting, and a wild card, or the other way around if you really wanted to. But I know he doesn't really like to use wild cards, and he likes to not here. Looking through his team, he's got a Sableye, who's a really good prankster, annoying, pretty defensive Pokemon. I know they often carry Trick and Iron Ball, or maybe a choice item. He's got a Drifblim, which is one of my favorite Pokemon in the game, or it's definitely my favorite from the 4th gen, but one of my favorites overall. He can be a really bulky special attacker, he can be a really bulky baton passer, he can do a lot of things. He's got pretty useful immunities, fighting, normal, and ground. He's overall pretty fun to use. And then Pogpod has 3 pretty general overused fighting types: Breloom, Infernape, Terrakion. You know what all those can do. Don't know whether Breloom's going to be Poison Heal or Technaloom, but I assume it'll be a Technaloom. That's what, in my opinion, is the much better version of Breloom. And then he's got a Shedinja. Shedinja is a really, really ballsy choice. It's got the best ability probably in the game in Wonder Guard, but that comes at a price because Shedinja has a grand total of 1 hit point. So whenever it gets hit by anything, which does include hazards or toxic, burn, he falls immediately. So, that's a pretty ballsy choice. I hope it works out for him, because, otherwise that's just a complete waste of a team spot. So, I have no idea how this battle goes. It was literally just finished, haven't watched it yet, so I'll be learning everything as it happens, just as you do, so I'm kind of anxious to get into it. Alright, so, it looks like Pogpod's gym is a double gym. I wasn't sure if I know it originated as one, I wasn't sure if it still was, but it definitely is. He leads with Sableye, Drifblim, which is a really, really defensive, I would say, opening. He's got, and then Dragonclaw leads with Aerodactyl and Starmie. Sableye actually has Fake Out, which I wasn't expecting. That's a pretty interesting move on a Sableye. I understand why it would be good, especially in doubles. And then Starmie comes at Drifblim with a Thunderbolt. This is going to do massive damage. It generally shouldn't take down a Drifblim because Drifblims are incredibly bulky. And then Drifblim goes for the Flying Gem Acrobatics, which is a very good move. I assume it's going to be an unburdened Drifblim due to the fact that it has the Flying Gem. Wow, that actually that did a ton of damage. Starmie's frail, but damn. So Sableye he actually takes him out. Sableye goes for the taunt on the Aerodactyl, which I find interesting. Maybe he doesn't know, but this Aerodactyl's a really, really physical attacking version. He's probably expecting like a Stealth Rocks, taunt, something, whatever, but it doesn't actually happen. And then Drifblim gets a Will-O-Wisp off on the Aerodactyl. Another relatively uncommon move, I would say. But the Drifblim will fall here to a Scald from Slowking. Burn damage. Aerodactyl's pretty much neutered now. It's burned. Got Yeah, he didn't really get lucky with the Will-O-Wisp. I mean, 75% accuracy, so there's that. He brings out Breloom and actually switches out his Sableye to bring in his Shedinja, which would be a very safe bet here. It is possible for Aerodactyl to hit it with a Stone Edge, but I wasn't really expecting him to go for the Stone Edge on the Sableye in the first place. He does go for the Earthquake, which doesn't do anything to really either member of that team. And the Spore comes out on the Slowking, not the Slowking. Weird choice to use in a league. So he's asleep. He'll probably either be switched out next turn, or he may just stay in and try to tank the sleep off. I wouldn't be surprised to see either way. And okay, it is a Poison Heal Breloom, so it's going to be a fairly defensive Breloom. Maybe Substitute, not sure what else he would have. Protect then on the Shedinja, which is a very smart choice, because the Aerodactyl does go for a Stone Edge, but then the Seed Bomb goes out, hits Aerodactyl. This will almost definitely take it out, which it does. It's neutral, but Aerodactyl's defenses aren't the greatest, so that's not too surprising there. And the Psychic coming out from the Slowking will almost definitely take out the Breloom. Yep. Slowking got relatively lucky there. Just a one-turn sleep. I feel like that happens a lot with Spore, which is why, I always feel like I'm disappointed because Spore will always be one-turn sleep if I use it, or a three-turn sleep if it's used against me, so that's always really irritating. So the Breloom does fall there. It spored one thing, but now nothing's asleep. It brings Flygon out, which would destroy Shedinja with U-turn, or maybe Fire Punch. And he brings out the Sableye again. Infernape does go for Fake Out on Flygon. So it looks like Shedinja actually might have been safe this turn. But then there's the Psychic on the Infernape, which will must be Focus Sash? Yep. So the Psychic on Infernape almost takes it out, but of course it has the Focus Sash. So we're kind of at an impasse here. I assume the Sableye is going to go for a Fake Out. Hopefully it wasn't against the Flygon. But it was. So Porygon 2 is going to take minimal damage. But he gets lucky. Close combat on the Porygon 2. It might take it out, but it probably won't. Yeah. Porygon 2 is the tankiest thing ever, I feel. There are very few things that I know that can one-hit KO it. Most commonly I would think would be like a Metacham's high jump kick can do it. So there the Sableye falls, so I think was a Scald. It's almost happening too fast for me, so he goes down. Uses Protect on his Infernape, and he goes for a Swords Dance on the Shedinja. This is I believe, a rather safe move. I doubt Slowking has anything to hurt it. Porygon 2 goes for the Recover. I can't remember what Porygon 2 might have that would hurt it. I'm not sure if it learns Flamethrower or not, but it shouldn't have anything that would really do anything to the Shedinja. So it's rather safe to bring it in. Get the Swords Dance, maybe get a good attack off. Not sure what its set is. Probably like a Shadow Sneak, maybe Sucker Punch if it learns it. I don't know. I can't remember much about Shedinja. Infernape goes for another close combat here. Doesn't take it out, of course. It is that tanky. And the Shedinja goes for a Swords Dance here, which is really, really risky in my opinion. Lucario could easily have Crunch, which would, I believe, destroy Shedinja. But there's the TRI attack on the Infernape. It falls. No surprise there. I think he switched in it. That's why. So it wasn't actually a risky move, but he should switch it out this turn. Or go for the Protect, which is also a safe bet. He brings in the Terrakion. Terrakion's going to actually use Earthquake here, which should definitely take out... it definitely takes out the Lucario. I wasn't sure if it would take out the Porygon 2 because it can't really... Oh my god, that just barely survived, didn't it? Wow. I wonder what the chance of that was, because that looks like... that could be like 5 HP for God's sakes. But the Porygon 2 gets in another recover. I mean, granted, he's not able to kill this Porygon 2 right now, but unfortunately, the Porygon 2 can't really attack because it has to recover every turn. And here, Shedinja does go for the Sucker Punch, which off a 3 times attack, I believe he Sword Dance twice here. That's going to just wreck that thing. It was probably going for a U-turn or some such on the, or maybe a Fire Punch on the Shedinja. And then there's the Close Combat on the Porygon 2, which with Terrakion will take it out for sure. They get the stats drop, and it's a pretty good 2-0 turn there for pogpod. So now he sends out his Slowking, which is his last, that's his last guy, which means, unfortunately, I believe Dragon Claw is lost here for sure. I don't think Slowking has anything that can hurt Shedinja. I mean, it won't be damaged from water, it won't be damaged from Psychic, and I assume it's got Calm Mind and Slack Off. So, Slowking will fall there. Well, Pog won that. I believe it was a 2-0. Yeah, it was a 2-0 victory. Pretty good battle. Let's see, any interesting notes here? Not really, to say the least. I'm not sure if there was really a heck of a lot Dragon Claw could have done in that setup. I mean, the problem was, while his Flygon is faster than Shedinja, unfortunately the Shedinja got to a ×3 attack, so the Sucker Punch was just going to wreck his whole team. I mean, you almost have to, I'm not even sure, looking at his team, I mean, you'd have to like taunt it fast to cancel out the Sword Stances if you can with Aerodactyl or some such, or if you can get 2 Pokemon out at the same time that can take it out, like Aerodactyl, Flygon, and as long as only it's going to force Shedinja either to switch out or protect probably 2 turns in a row. It has to go for protects multiple times in a row, because you can do a protect fake out 1 turn, but then you have to rely on protect every other time. Other than that, I don't know. I think this could go either way next time. Both their teams are really good. I'm curious to see what that Drifblim and the Lucario can do next time. I think Lucario could have had a much bigger battle, or much bigger influence in that battle, actually. Well, provided it has Crunch. If it has Crunch, it could have done a lot more in that battle, but it kind of got caught out by an Earthquake from the Terrakion, and that's going to wreck it every time. So, if it has like priority, no, but Mach Punch or Extreme Speed aren't going to do crap against this too. So, I don't know. I mean, it was a good battle. There was probably a time that Dragon Claw might have been able to win that, but I think he lost the Aerodactyl far too early in that match. It's a really good Pokemon against that team. I mean, it takes neutral or less from pretty much everything there. I mean, as long as you can... there's a lot of fake out, though. That's the problem, is when you have 2 fake out users in a double battle, it could be easily every other turn you're getting stalled, you're getting flinched at least one of your members, and that gets really irritating. So, I mean, Pogpod's got a really good thing here. I love the ballsy use of Shedinja. I love all his ghost types, actually. They're all really fun, even if they're not, standard use. And then his 3 fighting Pokemon are really solid. Dragon Claw's team is really solid. I'm curious to see what happens next time. I'm not sure if this was their first battle or not. But if it was a really good battle. If it wasn't, it was still a really good battle. So hey, who cares? That's really all I've got for this. So, yep, I'm curious to see what happens next time. Maybe I'll get to cast it, maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, this is the Fat Panda signing out for this video.